kids, it's Teacher here. Let's talk math minutes. This is where we will attempt to do a math concept in 5 minutes or less. Today, we're going to talk about number sequencing. Now, number sequencing is your ability to follow the understanding of putting something in order, whether it's a story or it's numbers. Yes. And number sequencing is very, very important. It's how we recognize patterns and how we understand what goes on around us day to day in some kind of order. That's right. Number sequencing is also the very, very beginning steps of learning to tell time. So it's very important. Yes, boys and girls and parents, this is for you. Number sequencing is something that your children will need to learn before they leave kindergarten. Yes, so because we're talking to our early learners, then we want to make sure that we start with small numbers. But let's not start with the big numbers for them. So once they learn how to count to 10, let's even start with 10. So teach them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and also help them to recognize those numbers, not just count them, but recognize them, and that helps them when they're doing number sequencing. So this is a fun way of teaching number sequencing. So let's just start with 4 numbers. If you want to start with 3 numbers, that's fine too. But we're going to start with 4 numbers, okay? So, and let's just start with the first numbers, okay? Instead of 0 anyway. Okay, let's start with the number 1, 2, and 3. So your question to your children is, what number comes next? So boys and girls, what number comes next? Absolutely. 4 comes next. That's right. Okay, so let's move it around a little bit. Let's start with, how about we start with the number 3? So, and we don't always start with the very first number because that's easy, right? So this also helps the children to understand that no matter where they start, they still can count from that point, okay? So we're going to start with 3, 4, 5. What numbers comes next, boys and girls? The number 6. Absolutely. Now we're going to trick you just a little bit, right? So how about we do this? Let's do this. Let's say, let's do, start with 3, and then I'm going to put 5 and 6. So there's a number missing. So can you identify what number is missing? If you said the number 4, you're correct. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's different ways to do number sequencing, okay? And now, this just starts with my early learners. But if you like, you can start with 11 or add 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way to 20 once they recognize those numbers, okay? So we can do this even with our more advanced learners, right? So another good way of helping our children learn number sequencing is just with some number flashcards. You may already have some at home, or you can make some. These are made with just plain cardstock paper that we just did right off the computer. So you can make them yourself. You can make them with regular paper. You can make them with cardboard. And so that way the kids can have their own to do number sequencing. Now you can play a game. This is an easy game, parents, that you can play a game. How about if we did the same thing, but okay, we just shift them all up. We're just gonna shuffle them. And then now these cards are all shuffled. But give them, and you can do this with 3 or 4 cards, or you can do them with all 10. So now, give them to your child, and then it's their job to put them in a sequential order. That's 8, and 9, and 10. 3 is going to go up here. and 4 and 5, but this is all the way to 10, but you don't have to do that. If you just wanted to do 3 numbers, you could do that as well. And like I said, you can also do this in going to larger numbers for some of our other learners, okay? This goes all the way to 20. And it's so simple, but I promise you, your little ones will have so much fun doing this because they're going to show you how smart they are, right, boys and girls? You all are so smart out there. You're so smart and you use your brains all the time. So thank you so much for being here today. And you might want to find some more information about sequencing on our learning media, our pbslearningmedia.com. If you go to that website, then you will learn so much more about sequencing, number order, and just so many wonderful things. There's worksheets, there's worksheets, there's activities, there's games, there's songs, there's so much on that website. So go to pbslearningmedia.com so that you can learn more about sequencing and how to help my boys and girls as they prepare for school. And if you just feel like it, drop Teacher a line. She misses you, boys and girls. Drop me a line at WKNO teacher@gmail.com. All right, so until next time, just keep on putting all those numbers in order. And remember, boys and girls, I'll see you again, all right? Until next time, Teacher says, bye-bye.